Good evening and welcome to Dissect. My name is Jewel, and this evening I'm going to be hosting the show solo, but that's okay. Our guest host, he is somewhere warm and he is enjoying himself. He's going to be tuning in and probably also sending questions in tonight for the guests. Just want to remind you all to follow us on Island Therapy on Facebook, Island Therapy on YouTube, and we're also on TDN TV, B streams as well. And we do have a link tree that you can follow and click on any of those links that will best suit your needs. This evening, we have a very, very special guest, and I'm just going to be having a great conversation with her. And she is a opera singer, a soprano singer. She's an actress, an advocate, an actor, and it's amazing that she has so many great things to share with us during this Black History Month that we celebrate in North America. And I want to bring to the stage none other than Marie-Claire Giraud.
Hello, how are you?
Hi, good evening, Mary Claire. How are you?
I am well. How are you? Thank you for having me.
Oh, I'm well as well. Thank you very much. And you're welcome. Of course, it's my pleasure, our pleasure at Dissect to have you on. Um, so it's just us tonight. We don't have our co host, novelist. He's not here with us, but as I said, he will be sending in his questions. He is in a warm place right now, left us in
I
the
know.
cold. But
Lucky him.
yeah. And you're in New York, right?
In New York City, yes, Harlem.
Okay. So today we had some okay weather. How was it over there in New York?
It's okay. It was very, very sunny, which always helps in the winter. So the day
Mhm.
wasn't too bad
Awesome.
weather-wise.
That's great. You know what? We're just gonna get into, and I mentioned that it was uh Black History Month in North America. In the Caribbean, they don't necessarily celebrate North Black History, but they have Emancipation Day. But we in North America, we celebrate Black History, and I am so proud to have a Black woman that is going to be making history, and she's going to be known after she's gone for all the accolades that she carries with her. And I want you to tell people about Mary Claire. Mary Claire, where did this all start? How did you start? Like, tell us about you.
Well, I was born, as you know, on the island of Dominica, and my mom moved my brother and I to the Bronx, New York City, where I grew up when I was 4 years old. And I grew up in a very traditional Dominican household with all of the sounds and the smells of my of the island where I was born. So even though I was raised in the Bronx, when I came home, it was just like being in Dominica. I went to Catholic school, all girls high school, Catholic school. And I was always put in choir. So I thought everybody could sing because everybody was part of the choir. But I found out, no, not everybody can sing. and and during an open mic night, a very good friend of mine encouraged me to get up on stage, and it changed my life forever. That open mic night, and I never looked back. I knew that this was the career that I wanted to pursue. It's like God spoke to me. It was like an epiphany, all into one. The light shone on me, and it's like I was the only person in the room. And God said, "Yes, this is what you were meant to do." And I took that, and the roots of an oak grew under me that night, and nothing could deter me from singing. That's what I wanted to do, and I have never looked back.
That's amazing. That's amazing. You are so right when you say not everyone can sing. I was in the choir myself and I blended in because I couldn't sing and I just let the people who had the beautiful voices take the lead. Um, I see you have a picture behind you. Is that Ella Fitzgerald in the
That is
background?
Ella Fitzgerald, yes.
Okay. So was she one of your idols? Is that who influenced you to want to sing? If besides being pushed to sing, was that
Ella
one?
Ella Fitzgerald is the reason why I am singing. She is an inspiration. I actually got to see her perform one of her last performances at Carnegie Hall. And she always inspired me because she came up at a time when it wasn't, it was very hard to be Black in America. And you never heard the trials, the tribulations, the hardships in her voice when she was singing. All you heard was the joy, the effervescence coming through. Um,
Mhm.
she gave so much joy when she sang. You would never know that she was living in the time pre civil rights when it was really hard to be a Black person in the United States.
Right. So she's a powerful woman, and as your voice is powerful, I don't even know if we have any clips in the back. I hope we have some clips in the back. Um, I'm just gonna check in with the people in the back in a few minutes,
Okay.
but yes, we do have clips. So they said we have clips, so we will be sharing with the viewing audience your powerful voice that you have, and so when you first started off, you said you were on stage, and what was the first genre of music that you started to sing?
Jazz. Jazz was the first genre of music. While I was in college in New York, I got a job at Tower Records,
Mm-hmm.
and I got a record. I started working. I wanted to work in the classical department first because I studied classical piano. I love classical music, but they had no positions available. So I went across the floor to the jazz department. I didn't know much about jazz at that point, but I rifled through the CDs and I remembered some names, and I sold the manager that I knew what I was talking about. And I got the job as a salesperson, and it opened me up to this incredible world of music and of
Yeah.
singers. I mean, Louis Armstrong, King Oliver, Miles Davis, Sarah Vaughan, Ella Fitzgerald, Nancy Wilson, Dinah Washington. I mean, you name it. And my love of this genre just grew and grew and grew and grew and grew.
Mm-hmm. Wow. And that led you to eventually getting how did you get into singing live and getting shows? Did you have to um, perform or apply to be a singer in a at a jazz club or a cabaret, sing cabaret somewhere? How did you get into it?
Well, it started out very, very spotty in New York. I did a lot of open mic nights because I was very green at that time and I really did not know what I was doing. But
Mm.
I had the passion and I
Yeah.
had the drive and I had the determination, and nothing was going to stop me from achieving my dream. So I started taking lessons, and I just started going to a lot of open mic nights
Okay.
and just sitting in and listening to singers, singing myself, listening to instrumentalists, and just really um, um, immersing myself in the genre.
Mhm. So you just to explain a little bit from for those who don't understand what open mic night is. Um, this is an open mic. Correct me if I'm wrong. Is you are showcasing your talent um, and not looking to receive uh, any kind of income from this, or is it sometimes you're paid for the open mic night?
No, no, you definitely not paid for the open mic. It's something that a lot of jazz clubs do, where
Mm,
they invite musicians, instrumentalists, as well as singers to come down. You get there early, you sign on the sheet, and they call you up. You sign your name with the song that you want to do in the key, and you get to go up and sing the song. And if they like you, they ask you to sing another one,
nice, nice,
and
and
you
eventually,
just start to become part of the community.
okay, okay, and that's so how you possibly is that how you got hired to sing in some of the jazz clubs
That
where
is
they noticed
is
you?
that is how I started to get more notice. But then that soon after I started singing jazz or found the love of singing, that
Yeah.
I realized that that's what I wanted to do in my life. You know, I found opera, or
Okay.
opera found me, or it mushroomed from there. So it
Okay.
wasn't just jazz that I wanted to do. It became wanting to become an opera singer at that point.
So let's speak about the evolution of the opera in you,
Yeah.
right? So jazz and opera are two different genres of music.
Yes.
Jazz is more fast paced and kind of happy music, and opera music is um, it's strong and it's loud and it's I want to say it carries a lot of energy. How did you get moved from singing jazz to singing opera?
Well, whereas jazz um, is happy, there are many, many jazz songs that could be mournful and sad as well. Just like in
Okay.
opera, it can be dramatic and tragic. There are a lot of operas that are also comedic and fun.
Okay. Okay.
Um, so there are both. You can find both in both genres.
Okay.
Um, but they're both incredible genres of music.
Hmm. So moving to the opera, like in from the jazz to the opera, did you find that you found your niche more with the opera or with jazz, or what are you singing today?
I found the niche when I discovered opera. I was actually in Austin, Texas, and I was working at Tower Records again because Tower moved to Austin. They opened a store there, and we got free tickets to go to the Austin Lyric Opera's production of Don Giovanni by Mozart. So I'm
Hmm.
sitting in the audience watching this opera, and I'm like, oh, that's what I want to do.
Wow.
That's it. That's it. And my very good friend next to me was like, Marie-Claire, you can't just get up one day and say you want to be an opera singer. That's just crazy, you know?
Yeah.
It takes
Yeah.
years of practice, blah, blah, blah. But in my mind, I was like, no, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do
Yeah.
it. And
Yeah.
then I had forgot about my affirmation that I made to myself. And lo and behold, I can't remember how much time passed, but in the classical department of Tower Records, putting away CDs, by myself. So I'm singing along, thinking I'm alone. But unbeknownst to me, the music director of the Austin Lyric Opera Company walks in
Nice.
and he's listening to me. And he says, excuse me, miss. I said, oh, I'm so sorry. Do you need any help? He said, no, no. I would like you to audition because we're putting on a production of La Boheme. And why don't you come down and audition for us? I'm like, well, I don't know. I don't sing opera, but totally forgetting what I said a couple months ago,
Yes.
whatever. And then I go down there. I got so nervous. I
Hmm.
sang every note but the note that was on the page. He calls me back. He says, Marie-Claire, I want you to come down again. I have a feeling about you. Go down there, get on the stage. He said,
Hmm.
no accompaniment. I just want you to sing this song and just go as high as you can go. Did. They said,
Yes.
thank you very much. I left. About 2 weeks later, I get a letter saying that I'm in the company,
Wow.
in the chorus. And that started me on my path, on my journey.
Wow. That is amazing. Like it just not fell in your lap. I mean, it was a blessing that was in disguise, and it came to you when you weren't even expecting it.
Yes.
And you proved them. You proved to yourself that, and your friend, that you
Yes.
can do it. Right?
Yes, yes, absolutely. And what's meant for you is for you. Doesn't matter how long it takes for you to get it. It's yours.
That's right. That's right. And your avenue to get there was getting on stage, singing jazz, and then eventually getting discovered, being at that record store and just
Yes,
exploring the music and learning more about the music.
absolutely. And you said something very important there. It's the learning because it's not just the singing on stage in front of an audience. Of course, that is absolutely fantastic, and that is the goal. But the work that is done in the rehearsal room or in the lessons with my teachers, with my coaches, with the conductors, this is the work that is the most important because it's with all of that study and training and determination and drive and focus that allows me to fly when I'm on
Yeah,
stage,
yeah,
fly and paint with all kinds of colors of the rainbow.
amazing. So how did you like you eventually then started going to lessons before you started the production,
Well,
or yeah,
after I did the run of La Boheme, the store that I was working in Austin, Texas, the woman, the owner, she was opening a store in Rome,
Mm,
Italy. And I told her that I very much wanted to study opera singing where it was created because I always feel that it's best to learn from the source.
that's right.
Whatever you want to do, go to the source of where that, whatever it is, was created. Because I feel that's where you'll get the most of the best knowledge possible. And in Italy is where they created opera singing. So what better place for me to go? So
Yeah.
she said, fine. I started taking Italian lessons to speak the language, and I went to Rome, and it was fantastic.
Wow, you are like a living dream come true. Like, I do you feel sometimes that you're living like it's not real? Like this is not real. It's just a fantasy that you're playing out. Like, how do you feel when you're living out your dreams?
It's very real because yes, I am living out my dreams, but I work very hard at that dream.
Hmm.
Even in singing jazz, there's a certain amount of study and there's a certain amount of dedication to the music that you must put into it. Whether
Right.
it's jazz, whether it's opera, whether it's hip hop, whether it's whatever. Each genre deserves its focus for you to be the best at it.
Okay. I appreciate you saying that because there's a lot of people that tend to they just get up and say, I want to sing or I want to rap or I want to perform. I want to be in show business. And they don't remember or they don't know that there's hard work that comes with being in a position as such, right? Um,
Absolutely.
and you deserve all that you have been given so far.
Thank you. I love it. I love it. I absolutely. It is the love of my life.
Yeah. What's your favorite genre of music to sing?
Oh my God.
This stumps a lot of the guests when we ask them this
That
question. This question, yeah. Do you have a
I,
favorite?
that's very I would say opera because it's something that I will always be. It's such a demanding genre of music that it is something that I'll always be learning and growing in. Whereas in jazz, I will always be learning and growing in jazz, but it's my interpretation of the standard that will be growing and learning. Whereas in opera, I'm always going to try and perfect that aria to the best, to really honor what the composer wrote.
Okay, all right. So, have you had an opportunity to? Like, I'm going back to Italy. Let's go back to
Yes.
Italy. Did you have an opportunity to perform in Italy when you were over there, or
I
have you?
had a few small performances, but nothing really major because that's when I had first started to study.
Okay,
So a lot of time was spent with my teacher in the classroom, just learning as much as I can in the time afforded to me while there.
okay.
But
I
it was a
have
great experience. So I tell everybody, before you settle down, get a passport, get a backpack, and travel.
yes, so true, so true.
Yes,
My mom goes. She's actually going to Italy in October again, so
good
she's
for her.
her second time. But definitely, I need to follow in her footsteps, and I will follow in yours as we're traveling. Um, I was gonna say, I have a little confession. I used to pretend that I can sing opera when I was when I was younger, and I don't know if it was made to sing. I found it a very hard thing to do. Like you have a lot of breath to take, and
Yes.
how do you have exercises that you do daily to keep your voice intact? Your I know your stomach. You have to have your windpipes have to be working. Your lungs have to be working. Like, tell us.
Everything has to be working. It's like, you know what I consider opera singing to be? You see how the Caribbean Sea is very calm on top? It's very calm. But
Mhm.
what's going on underneath, excuse me, is major.
Yes.
So it's like you see an opera singer on stage standing very
Yes.
composed, you
Yes.
know? But what is going on in the body of an opera singer? Everything is working
Yes.
to create
Yes.
this sound.
Wow.
And you have to be rested, you know? You have to be well fed. You really have to take care of yourself. You have to get the right amount of sleep. You can't eat certain
Yes.
foods. It's
Right.
it's it's a lot,
I can imagine. I can imagine.
but I love it.
Um, so we're going to share with the viewers a little clip since we have some clips in the background. We're going to share a little clip of Marie-Claire performing. Let's show them. So that was Marie-Claire. Was that Cathedral High School? That
That
was
was Cathedral High School's gala fundraiser at the United Nations in New York City.
nice, nice, nice. If the viewers weren't blown away in hearing your amazing voice, I don't know what kind of expression they would have. Like I was blown away. And
Thank you.
as I said, go ahead. Yes.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Yeah. I like I said, I used to pretend, I like trying to
Yes.
sing it. It's I wish. And I guess it takes practice, obviously, right? So
Practice, practice, and more
more
practice.
practice.
Yes.
Um, you mentioned at the top of the show that you're from Dominica, the nature island.
Yes. Yes.
Have you ever thought of performing in the Caribbean, or have you performed in the Caribbean?
I have. I've done concerts in Dominica, in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and I've performed at many of the jazz festivals in Jamaica.
Ah, okay.
Yes.
That's amazing. So, Dominicans, Caribbeans, those who are listening, Marie Claire, she has performed already at jazz festivals and at many other events in the Caribbean. If you're looking to book her, let's show her banner there. So, if you are looking to book Marie Claire, I'm advertising free Marie Claire.
I see that.
You
Thank
can
you.
find her on her YouTube channel. Tell them where they can find you, Marie
You
Claire.
can most directly get in contact with me via my website. My manager, Anna Jabert, her information is there. And my website is www.Marie-Claire Giraud, Marie hyphen CLAIRE GIRAUD.com.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, so here's a question. Which festivals did you perform in?
So I performed in the Ocho Rios Jazz Festivals in Jamaica, the Jamaica Jazz and Blues Festival, the Montego Bay Jazz Festival, the Love Fest Festival in Antigua.
Nice. Nice.
Oh, Creole in the Park in Dominica as
Mhm.
well.
And I'm sure there are many that you performed in New York City as well. Yes.
Yes, I performed in Central Park Summer Stage, which is the huge events that they have in Central Park over the course of the summer.
Okay. And is that a free event?
That is
Is
a
it,
free event. Yes, it's open
and
to the
when does
public.
that happen? Because maybe I might make my way down there to see.
Central Park Summer Stage, I believe, starts in the spring.
On
So
the
from like in the beginning of May, and it goes all the way up till September, October.
Okay. Do you have a booking already for that event? Are you
No, I do not, but I have performed. I have performed in the
in the
past.
past? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Well, um, I wanted to ask you if have you ever done any collaborations with other music artists, like singers? And if you haven't, is there someone that you have in mind that you'd like to do a collaboration with?
I have collaborated with the Pulitzer Prize winning composer John Harbison on a song cycle. We wrote songs together, which was a huge, huge endorsement for me. And I felt so honored that such an awarded and lauded composer chose me to write songs with, which are fantastic. And you can find that on my one of the songs on my website. I collaborated with Spraga Benz on my own version of Rastaman Chant, where I
Okay.
do an opera dance hall version of it. And there might be some new music coming up with Coffee and Ken, which are two producers coming out of LA that want to do like a hybrid jazz jazz opera hybrid project. I'm very much looking forward to this project once it
Okay.
starts.
Okay. I'm just looking at my phone because we do have our co-host who is away, so I'm just seeing if there's anything that he's sending. But I do have a question here. I'm just going to read it out. The questions are coming from everywhere, Marie-Claire.
That's awesome. Let's do it.
Ah, so this question is so have you so let's talk about your acting career. And
Yes,
have you ever
girl.
performed on Broadway?
Yes.
Have you performed on Broadway before?
Well, I did. In November, I performed Strictly Acting in one of Tennessee Williams' one act plays called Hello from Bertha. And I
Okay.
play the character of Goldie, where I'm the proprietor of a brothel in St. Louis. And I have to have the very hard task of having to kick out my very good friend because she's no longer bringing in money to the house.
Okay. Oh boy.
Yeah. So it was, but I loved it. I really love the creative process,
Yes.
and I love the rehearsal process because it's in rehearsal that you're able to find out so much about what you're doing, whether you're acting in a play, whether I'm acting in a play, or whether I'm learning something new in a jazz standard, or whether I'm learning a new aria from an opera. There's always something new to find. So we
Yeah.
did so much work on Hello from Bertha, which was directed for the Tony nominee Lorraine Sarabian,
Okay.
that it came to the point where every day there was something new I was finding in my character.
Hmm.
There were new things, little nuances that I was, oh, I'm going to do this tonight. I'm going to do that tonight. And it's fantastic when you open yourself, when you've done the work,
Yes.
right? And you've opened yourself up to this character and this work where you can find new things, and it's discovery, and each night is brand new, and you're
Yes.
finding new things in it and bringing something new to the character. Whereas if people see the show every night, they'll be like, "Whoa, I didn't know she can do that. Oh, wow,
Yes.
that's different than last night." And I incorporated my singing into it because in the liner notes, in Tennessee Williams' liner notes of the play, I mean, he's so incredible, Tennessee Williams as a playwright, because
Hmm.
he gives you everything. He gives you everything.
Yeah.
He writes that the song St. Louis Blues is played throughout the brothel. Now
Ah.
I sing St. Louis Blues. That's a jazz standard. It's a
Yes.
blues song.
Yes.
So I was like, how am I going to incorporate this song into my scene, into
Right.
my character?
Yeah.
So for Goldie's second entrance, you hear me off stage singing St. Louis Blues.
Mm.
And as I'm walking onto the stage, I'm still singing it. And it's so impactful because it's not anything that I'm imposing on the play. It's there. He
It's
wrote
perfect.
it in it.
Yes. Yes.
It's
I'm
awesome.
excited. I want to see this. I love live theater. I love live plays. And we had
Yes.
an actor on here, an actress on here a few weeks back. And just, I've seen her live in stage. And I mean, you would be amazing. To see just like the powerful voice, that your presence here. I can only imagine what your stage presence is like.
I just love it. I just
Yeah.
I just want to be the best the best creative that I can be, whether I'm singing and whether I'm singing jazz, opera, my own original materials, or whether I'm acting. I want to be the best that I can possibly be
Right.
and honor the writers and the creators of their work.
For sure. I'm just going to take another question here that I saw come through.
Okay.
Okay. So there's a couple questions. Um, Going back to the Sprague Benz.
Yes.
Our co-host novelist,
Yes. Hi, novelist.
he says, "What was it like working with Sprague Benz?"
Working with Sprague Benz was incredible. We recorded Rastaman Chant in two separate places because he was in Miami and I was in Jamaica at the time. And
Mhm.
usually when I have the idea to collaborate with someone, I already have the artist that I want to collaborate with in my head. So I
Okay.
already knew that I wanted to work with him. So my PR person, Iola George, who's from Dominica, who's in Dominica right now, I said,
Yeah.
Iola, how are we going to get to Sprague Benz? You know? And so she's like, okay, she made it happen. And so he said, that sounds like orange juice mixed with milk, and egg. That just sounded like an impossible thing. But when he actually heard me
Yeah.
execute it, he said, wow, it works. It really
Right.
works. So he was open to it, which I'm very thankful for, because he didn't have to be. He could have just shut it down and said, no, that sounds insane. But he was open to it, and it turned out to be a great track.
Hmm. Wow. I
And you can hear it on my SoundCloud.
I would be thinking the same thing. Sprague Benz, opera. Hmm. But I'm definitely gonna take a listen to that
Good.
on your SoundCloud.
Let me know what you think.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Um, when you think of when you hear the name Clockers, what comes
Haha.
to mind? You said haha. How was your experience with Clockers? And if you can just tell the audience a little bit about what Clockers is.
It's like Wu-Tang Clan was in Dominica.
Mm,
A group of incredibly talented young men. I mean, incredibly talented young men. Did I say incredibly talented young
yes.
men?
Yes, you
I
did.
mean, and each one had their own distinctive sound and flow, you know, and and loved the genre of hip hop,
Yeah.
but were very rooted in their own Caribbean Dominican culture, that they brought something new to it. It was so exciting to watch these guys perform. It was fantastic.
Yes.
Great group. Great, 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 great.
Our co-host novelist was part of that
Yes, he
group
was.
first, yeah, and I think that's how you met, I believe.
They had a song, Seemingly Heartless.
Ah,
Seemingly Heartless. Okay.
seemingly heartless. I've heard his music, and I've known him for a very long time, so his music is deep, like
Yes, yes,
deep.
yes.
Yeah. Oh, questions are coming in. Um, so you were saying that you wouldn't mind doing a collab with someone. You spoke of your collab with Sprague Benz, but what if is there someone else out there that you
Oh
desire?
my God. There are tons of people that I would love to do a collaborate. Like I want to do a collaboration with Idris Elba because he's a producer as well. Um, do a version of Duke Ellington's Caravan because he does hip house music and drum and bass, and to do a jazz drum and bass opera hybrid of Duke Ellington's song with
Mhm.
Idris Elba. I want to collaborate with Bradley Cooper, Viola Davis. Um, there's so much that I want to do.
Yeah.
There's not enough hours in the day, and I need a clone.
Well, they're trying to work on doing things like that, so you never know.
And also during the pandemic, during lockdown, I wrote a musical with 11 original songs.
So you wrote a musical, so it's yet to be performed.
Right, right, yes.
Okay.
So that's to come.
Works.
Yes,
It's to come. Yes.
and
And I
there's a
know some.
movie that I'm writing. There's a screenplay. There's so much.
Oh wow. That's amazing.
Yes.
Please do share with us, the Dissect family, when you do have this production finished.
Absolutely.
We want to be part of that. I'm just going to quickly read a question here. So, Novelist is asking. Novelist, he's here in spirit. Well, he's here. We know that you worked with many artists. Do you ever feel pressured working with someone that is at um, a somewhat high level? So, an artist that is, I guess, an international artist, do you feel pressured, or someone that is well known in the industry? Do you feel pressured
No,
working?
I never feel pressured. It's more I feel excited, and I'm already the minute the project is even an idea, I'm already working on it in my
Mhm.
head. So it's more excitement, and it's thrilling to collaborate with someone and to see how our ideas will come together to create something beautiful for the public. So it's
Okay,
not really pressure. I wouldn't call it pressure.
pressure. Okay, there you go, Novelist. She doesn't feel pressured. She feels excited, and it's an honor, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's an honor. Even if a artist is not known and they want to collaborate with me, it's an honor to work with another artist, to work with another creative, because it's a great space to create.
Mm, nice to hear. Nice to hear. Like I don't, as you said, when Sparkleman said it's like orange juice and milk. I don't.
Yes.
I mean, I do. I'm so excited. I want to hear this now because I don't. I can't imagine those two genres of music melting together and being in sync, right?
If the
Just
tech
as
guys can pull up my SoundCloud, you can play it.
if the tech guys in the back could pull up the SoundCloud, I'm not sure if they can, but they'll let me know if they can.
Okay. Okay.
And where do you get your inspiration? Like
Oh my
you're
God.
working so hard and you continuously work hard. Where do you get this inspiration from?
I get my inspiration. It comes from so many different places. Um, I love being an artist, you know, but that being said, being an artist is not easy.
Mhm.
You have to work very hard. It's not like you have a 9 to 5 job and you clock in at 9 and you clock out at 5. No, it's a 24-hour job. I'm always creating. I'm always singing a song. I'm always thinking about the placement of my voice, what I did with my lesson with my teacher that morning, or what song that I'm going to be working on with this producer. Can I do it better? Maybe I should try that idea. So I'm I'm a work in progress,
Right.
and I'm always trying to be better than what I was yesterday.
Hmm.
And I'm always taking notes and listening to the lesson that I had either that day, that morning, or the day previous to see where I can improve, because we can always be better.
Right. You're so right.
Did I answer your question?
You did answer my question. Sorry, I just saw a question pop up on the screen when we came back. Yes, you did answer my question.
And I'm also going to be working with Ken Carr, and Coffee Bannerman on. And Ken Carr is a very well-known horn player from California, and Coffee Bannerman is from Africa, and they want to work on this hybrid um, um, jazz opera fusion, which
Mhm.
we'll speak about that at another time, and I'll let you know how that's going. But yeah,
Yes,
it's gonna be
yes.
fantastic.
You don't want to dissect it and drop it here, right?
Right.
You don't want to do that just yet. Okay. We tease people. We try to get them to pull things out, but it's
Yes.
okay. We understand the business, and sometimes you got to keep things under wraps until you have things more in line. Um, someone's asking, how about a collab with Mikhail Henderson? Would you collab with Ophelia?
Oh, I would love to. I mean, Ophelia is an icon. So that would be an honor.
Hmm.
Mikkel is incredibly talented from a musical family. So it would be an honor to work with both ladies.
Nice, nice. Good to hear.
Absolutely.
Um, I wanted to ask. I know that for me, growing up, I heard a lot of male opera singers, and
Mm.
now I'm hearing a lot of female opera singers. Do you think that there's a balance now between um, singers and female singers ask for respect and recognition in the field in your
I would
field of
say that
music?
there's always been the balance of male and female. What I will say is that as far as being a woman of color, that there are a lot more women of color right now. And it was just Leontine Price's 96th birthday yesterday, and Leontine Price broke the color barrier at the Met, being the first Black woman to sing on the Met stage. Before her, Marian Anderson was the first Black woman in the 1930s.
Mm-hmm.
Um, no, it was later than that, but she was the first Black woman, and that was at the end of her career when
Yeah.
she sang at the Met. So we've had some amazing, amazing Black opera singers. You have Marian Anderson, you have Leontine Price, you have Jessie Norman, you have Shirley Verrett, you have Grace Bumbry, you have Kathleen Battle, and you have so many out now. Angel Joy Blue, Pretty Yende, Janae Bridges, Latonia Moore, just incredible singers that are on the stage right now. So
Yeah.
it's a wonderful time.
That's amazing. That is definitely emancipate. It helps me feel better as a female, as a Black woman, um, that we've emancipated ourselves and we've
Yes,
achieved, where we rightfully should be, in that limelight of being front stage.
yes,
Yeah, I was actually looking up many of the classical opera singers, and those names came to mind. Marian Anderson, Jessie Norman, Camilla Williams.
yes.
And it's just like, I didn't know. I had to look it up. I literally had to look it up. But
And these are voices that are so sublime. I mean, it's so sublime. Just you can just close your eyes and it's dream time.
yeah, I'm I'm in awe right now. But so you said your new projects that you have coming up. As for acting, you said you have a screenplay that you're
I have
going
a musical that's yet to
musical.
be. It's already written. I have a screenplay that I'm working on,
Mm,
and two screenplays, a novel.
I don't know.
Yes, and I'm always writing songs. I'm always writing songs all the time.
Yeah. Do you write for other people?
I do not.
You do not. Is there a
But if
reason?
someone would love to sing my song, sure. But I don't write for a specific person. I write for
Okay.
myself.
So if okay, she's putting it out there. If you would like to sing her songs, she doesn't mind writing for people. Because I know that some people. I think there was someone on here the other day, and we asked if they would share their craft or share their gift, and they said nope. I believe it was a blessing to me. It was a gift to me, and I don't believe in sharing that. But in the sense of writing, of course, that is something that would be an amazing achievement to have write for someone.
But that's what God gave us as artists were to
Yeah.
share.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
what it's all about, is
Yeah.
sharing.
Yeah. So novelist says Jewel is a good actress. She could play a role.
Ooh, are you, Jewel? Jewel, I think
No,
you have hidden talents that you're not talking about.
he's just playing on me. I had an opportunity to do what is it called? A radio drama
Mhm.
on TDN TV, and that was I guess, my first opportunity to act, audio acting. So
Okay.
I
And
don't
what
think
happened?
I did it. I did it. I did.
That's great. You need to do more.
I don't know. We'll see.
Okay.
Thank
All
you, though.
right.
Yes. So, what about? I'm gonna get a little bit personal and ask about family. How they support you? Is your family supportive with the music that you do? Do they come out and listen to your music? How supportive are they?
My family is supportive right now as a West Indian family. When you say the arts, they don't think it's a viable income. Not because they don't love the arts, but they're worried.
Yeah.
Will my child be able to support themselves? Will they be able to have a good life? What about their retirement? Will there be a retirement fund for them? Will they? So I don't think it's because they don't love the arts or don't have faith in their child's talent. I more think that they're afraid that the child cannot support themselves. But my
Yeah.
family does support me. Yes.
Great, great. And that's something that we often hear when we ask people this very same question. You know, as West Indian people, we're very proud people, and we have to work twice as hard to achieve in many situations. Moving from the Caribbean to North America, we do have to work twice as hard to achieve the things that we achieve, and even more so as a Black female, I would say. So, I'm glad that they're supportive. And
But that being said, the window, the opportunities that are there right now for us, as far as being Black and people of color, there are
yeah,
a lot more right now.
yeah,
So if you want to pursue your dream, I would say to anyone, don't let anything stop you.
hmm,
Don't let anything stop you.
hmm,
Pursue your dream.
yes, yes. That is great. Do you have any more for young people or people in general? Because people, I find that more and more people in their older ages, as they're getting higher up in their ages, they realize, I can do those things on my bucket list. What do you have to say to those people that are just coming out as a mature person and wanting to express themselves through the
There's
musical art?
no time like the present. There is no time like the present. And
Mm-hmm,
never, ever, 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 ever give up on your dream. Ever give
mm-hmm,
up on your dream. Because it's not a matter of course, we all want to pursue our dreams, but it's that pursuit of the dream that keeps the fire going within us, that keeps us young, that keeps us vibrant, that keeps us, like a child. The more we keep learning,
yes.
the more vibrant we will be. But it's when you give up on that dream, it's like what's left. So never give up on your dream. Always pursue it,
Mm-hmm,
because you never know when that opportunity will come. You just have to be ready for it.
yes. So true. I don't know if we told you about this, but we have a game that we play.
Hmm. I
It's
love games. Yes.
it's called Quick Hitters. And Novelist and I have been trying to get better at this game, Quick Hitters.
Okay,
And
let's do it.
so around this time is when we do this game. And the goal is for us to ask you a question,
Hmm.
um, and you should answer it with a quick, maybe 1 or 2 or 3 word answer.
Okay.
And then we're supposed to hit you with another one. I'm gonna try it
I'm
on my
ready.
own.
I'm
Maybe it's
ready, 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 ready.
novelist here that novelist throws me off. I'm gonna throw him under the bus. It's not um, so he did actually share a couple questions that he would like to ask you, and I'm going to ask you his first. Um, all right, so let's start.
Let's do it.
Name two of your favorite artists.
Alive or dead?
Hmm, good question. Doesn't matter.
Um, Ella Fitzgerald, Leontine Price.
Okay. Um, and if you had a choice, Clockers or Wu Tang?
That's not even fair. That novelist,
Novelist,
Wu Tang.
Wu Tang. There you go. See, novelist, she's giving her answers, and now it's Wu Tang. Uh, Soca or dance hall?
Ooh, dance hall.
Okay. All right. Um, if you had a choice between performing in the States or the Caribbean,
Performing what?
perform
Hmm.
opera.
Ooh, the States.
Okay. Um, favorite vacation spot? Let's just throw it in there.
Rome.
Okay. All right. Favorite snack?
Ben and Jerry's ice cream.
Okay.
That
What
kept
flavor?
me going through the lockdown.
What flavor? Yes.
S'mores.
S'mores.
Yes.
Okay. Um, Oh, I just had one. Um, I was getting there. I was getting there. I was better than just being by myself with novice. I was better. Um, okay. If you, what's the first? What is the first thing you do when you wake up in the morning?
The first thing I do is I have warm lemon water with turmeric and ginger with a bit of honey. Warm. That's the first thing.
And that's for the throat.
Yes.
Because if throat was sleeping, you want to wake it up, right?
Yes. Gently.
Okay. If you were caught, if you were caught trapped somewhere and needed to escape, who would you want to help you escape and why?
Julius Caesar,
Ah,
because he crossed the Rubicon. Haha.
I like that. I like that. Do you have a favorite place that you liked to perform that you performed at?
Well, right now I perform at Dante's, and I will be performing at Carnegie Hall in June, on June
Oh,
20th, New York City.
June 20th.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna look at my calendar. That's around Novelist's birthday. He's June. I get it wrong. He's gonna kill me. June 14th, I believe, is his birthday. So yeah, that's a good birthday gift. Let's do that.
Yes.
Come down, go down to New York. Carnegie Hall.
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
I'm ending the game there because I have no more questions. Let's talk about Carnegie Hall.
Yes.
That was the end of the game. Thank you for playing.
You're welcome. I
Carnegie.
expected more.
You did? Oh,
It's
I
okay.
don't. I have more, but it's not very nice. Yeah. Carnegie. Let's talk about Carnegie Hall
Yes.
for a minute. For those of you that don't know Carnegie Hall, this is like a lifetime achievement for people who are in the performing arts,
Yes.
singers who want to be on stage in America. Carnegie Hall is the place to be.
Yes.
And you are going to be performing there.
I
What
will be
what,
performing
what
there.
are you going to be singing? Or what are you going to be doing?
I'm going to be singing. I'm going to be singing with full orchestra, about 3 arias, and I won first place in a classical competition, and this is one of the prizes that I win is singing at Carnegie Hall,
That's amazing.
which is on June 20th at 7 p.m.
This is this that's what hard work does. It pays off.
That's right.
You
That's
won.
right. It does pay off.
Yeah.
Never let anybody tell you otherwise.
Okay. So I guess we have to, people have to check out the ticket outlets because you said it's June 20th, 7 p.m. We need to
At
check out
Carnegie
the
Hall,
ticket
yes.
outlets. Maybe go right to Carnegie Hall and check out the website. And we need to go and support Marie-Clarie and
Yes.
her performance. Question: have you won any awards?
Yes, I have. I have one. Well, the Progressive Musicians Award, which is I'll be performing at Carnegie Hall.
Yeah.
It's one of the prizes. I won the NAACP Image Award. I was given the Caribbean Heritage New York City Award.
Nice.
And I have lots of recommendations and from the United Nations, the New York State Senate, and the New York State City Council.
Amazing. I mean, how do you like? I would have to pinch myself. You know, I mean, you take it with such grace and such humility. Um, I think I don't know if I would be able to soak it all in. You know, that those are huge accolades, and that they're not just awards; they're lifetime achievements.
Yeah, I think I take it in stride because I'm always working to be the best that I can be and always working to perfect myself. So I greatly appreciate everything that I've gotten so far, but I know there's so much more to come.
Mm-hmm.
And there's so much more to come, so much more to do, and there's so many people that I wish to inspire and with what I'm doing.
Right.
But I appreciate all that I've gotten so far. Absolutely.
Okay. Do you ever see yourself retiring, or
No, I'll retire when I die.
Okay. And all right, so let's talk about that for a minute.
Yes.
Would you like this could have been a quick hitter, but I know some people plan like funerals and stuff. Would you want music to be playing at your funeral? Like this is kind of a gory question. I don't know.
I want it to be a party. I want it to be a
Yes,
party. I want to
yes,
burn me and throw my ashes in the wind
and
and
have
let's
a party.
drink.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I
Tell
like
great
that. I like that.
stories about me, but I don't want any mournful, sorrowful, no.
Yeah. Okay. I can
Because
just
I
see.
will be seeing everyone again.
Yes. Yes. This is amazing. I like that.
Death is not the end.
That's right. That's right. Thank you. And you know, I would love to meet you one day in person, and I think I really want to try and make one of your shows.
Yes.
I have a lot of family that live in New York City. They're from Brooklyn. They live in generally East New York, not so much Harlem. But I've been to a Broadway plays in New York. I love to go see. I go to jazz clubs when I go to New York. So, Dante's, is that in Brooklyn or is that in Harlem?
That is in the West Village.
The West
It's
Village.
between Hudson and Perry Streets.
Okay.
And I sing there Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays from 3 to 5 with my jazz pianist, Marco Di Gennaro. And we perform songs from the Great American Songbook, songs written during the time of the 20s, 30s, 40s, and 50s. So songs written by Irving Berlin, Cole Porter, Duke Ellington, Hoagie Carmichael, Billy Strayhorn. Yeah, jazz standards.
Yeah. Wow. I just love when I'm in New York and I go to and I hear a live
Come
performance.
on down.
Definitely, it's different. I don't know if you've ever been to Toronto, but it's so different. The lifestyle is different. It's just everything's different. So I wish to my light just went off.
I
I
see.
wish to definitely come and see you perform.
You have to
Um,
let me know when you're coming. Please let me know.
and novelists will come with me. We'll both come
Yes.
together. We'll
And we'll
come
do a
together.
mash, a jazz with some rhyme, and novelists will rhyme. That'll be
Right.
fantastic.
Exactly. I just want you at this time to kind of give a shout out or hello to people that you want to say hello to, and also to remind people of where they can go and find your music and see you on YouTube as well. So let's take some time to
Yes.
do
I
that.
want to thank you guys at Dissect for having me. And I want to thank my manager, Anna Jabert, my teacher, Maestro Richard Barrett, for their tireless work with me and for always having my back and for just being fantastic, especially my manager, Anna Jabert. She's amazing. Amazing. She never stops. It's just, yeah, I can't say enough. Um, I'd like to thank my parents. And I'd like to end with, for anyone out there that has a dream of doing anything, whether you're a child, whether you're a young adult, whether you're middle age, whether you're a senior citizen, follow your dream, pursue your dream. Don't let anybody stop you. As long as you're not hurting anyone, pursue your dream. It'll make you so happy and it'll make everybody else happy too around you. So never give up. Ever, 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 ever give up. Never.
Thank you so much for
And do
that.
the work. And
And
do
do
the
the
work.
work. Put the
That's
work
right.
in. Put the work
Yes. And
in.
also, I am the finalist in the London Classical Music Competition. So I'll let you guys know how I place in that.
Ooh, look at you traveling the world.
I know,
Traveling the
darling. I
world.
know.
Lovely. Thank you so much for being on Dissect. It was a
Thank you.
pleasure, our pleasure.
Yes.
And I am speaking for myself and my co host, novelist, when I say that. We enjoyed having you on the show, and we will definitely meet in person one day.
Absolutely. It was so great. Thank you for having me. And you guys, novelists, have a great time in Dominica for Carnival. I'm so jealous.
He says, thanks, Maria. Wish I could be there.
Yes, you will
Yes.
be.
All right. Take care. Have a good
Okay.
evening.
Take care. Bye bye.
Bye. Well, that was an amazing show with Marie-Claire. And just want to remind you where you can watch Dissect. We are on Facebook. That's Dissecting on Island Therapy. We're on YouTube, Island Therapy. We're on TDN TV, Roku, StreamYard, V Streams. And we also have Instagram page, Dissect_TV. Please do also tune in to Reggae at the Top on Sundays at 10 a.m. and also at on Wednesdays for our counterparts on TDN TV. Definitely tune in. Have a good weekend. See you next week.